Shadows of the Manor.
Episode 1: The Unseen Presence.
As the clock struck midnight, a chilling wind whistled through the towering trees surrounding the ominous manor on the outskirts of the small, isolated village of Ravenswood. The manor stood like a dark sentinel, its stone facade crumbling with age, and its windows adorned with layers of dust and cobwebs. In the heart of the village, a group of curious individuals gathered around a flickering bonfire, sharing stories of the old legend that shrouded the manor in mystery. They spoke of an ancient curse, a malevolent spirit, and the disappearance of those who dared to venture into its depths. Among the villagers was Emily, a young woman with a passion for unraveling secrets. Driven by her insatiable curiosity, she decided to explore the manor and debunk the tales that gripped her village in fear. On a moonless night, Emily stood before the imposing entrance, her heart pounding with a mix of trepidation and excitement. Ignoring the warning voices that echoed in her mind, she pushed open the creaking door and entered the darkness within. The air inside was heavy and laden with the scent of decay. Emily cautiously stepped forward, her footsteps echoing eerily through the empty halls. Shadows danced menacingly on the walls, and an unsettling feeling washed over her, as if unseen eyes were watching her every move. As she ventured deeper into the manor, she stumbled upon a worn-out journal. Its leather cover bore the name Evelyn Harrogate. Intrigued, Emily began to read the faded pages, discovering the heartbreaking tale of a woman who once lived in the manor. Evelyn had been falsely accused of practicing dark arts and was sentenced to death. Her last entry spoke of a vengeful entity that haunted the manor, seeking retribution for the injustice done to her. A sudden gust of wind slammed shut the journal, leaving Emily surrounded by darkness. Panic set in as she fumbled for her flashlight, but it failed to illuminate the pages once more. Then, whispers filled the air, barely audible but sending shivers down her spine. In the distance, Emily caught sight of a flickering candlelight. Guided by an unknown force, she followed the spectral glow, leading her to a hidden chamber. Inside, a portrait of Evelyn Harrogate hung on the wall, its eyes seemingly following her every move. As Emily reached out to touch the painting, a cold hand grasped her wrist, sending a jolt of terror through her body. The walls seemed to close in around her, and the air turned icy cold. The vengeful presence of Evelyn's spirit surged, angered by the intrusion into her domain. Frantic to escape, Emily broke free from the spectral grip and raced back towards the entrance. Her breath came in ragged gasps as she ran through the dark corridors, the entity's malevolent presence growing stronger with every step. Just as she reached the exit, the door slammed shut with a resounding thud, trapping her inside. The manor seemed to come alive, its structure shifting and changing, confounding her efforts to find an escape route. With time running out, Emily musters her wits and begins to recite an incantation she read in Evelyn's journal, hoping to appease the restless spirit. The room trembled as her words echoed through the ancient halls. Slowly, the walls ceased their shifting, and the door creaked open, granting her passage. Exhausted and terrified, Emily stumbled out of the manor, the first light of dawn just beginning to break on the horizon. As she looked back at the now seemingly peaceful manor, she couldn't shake the feeling that it was far from over. Unknown to her, the manor's malevolence had taken root in her heart, planting seeds of doubt and fear. The villagers gathered once more, watching as Emily walked away, wondering if she would be the next to vanish. Little did they know that the shadows of the manor had already claimed their first victim, Emily's mind, forever haunted by the unseen presence she had encountered. Episode 2: Echoes of the Past. As the days passed since her harrowing encounter at the manor, Emily found herself haunted by relentless nightmares. Visions of Evelyn's tormented spirit and the malevolent entity that lurked within the ancient walls plagued her sleep, leaving her physically and emotionally drained. Desperate for answers and seeking to break free from the psychological grip, Emily sought the help of Dr. Victor Langley, a renowned parapsychologist known for his expertise in investigating the supernatural. Intrigued by the young woman's tale, he agreed to accompany her on a journey back to the manor. Upon their arrival, a sense of unease washed over Dr. Langley as he observed the crumbling edifice before him. He could feel the weight of history pressing down on the place, like an unseen force wanting to be heard. Inside the manor, Emily and Dr. Langley began their investigation, armed with specialized equipment to detect paranormal activity. The atmosphere was heavy with anticipation, and even the slightest sound echoed loudly through the ancient halls. As they delved deeper into the manor's secrets, they discovered hidden passages and secret chambers that bore witness to the manor's dark history. Dr. Langley, an ardent skeptic, could not deny the presence of an inexplicable energy surrounding them. In one room, they stumbled upon an old phonograph, covered in a thick layer of dust. Intrigued, Dr. Langley wound it up and played a vinyl record found nearby. The haunting melody of an antique piano filled the air, resonating with an otherworldly melancholy. Suddenly, the room seemed to come alive with ethereal figures, shadowy apparitions of the past. Emily gasped in awe as she witnessed a series of ghostly scenes, each depicting pivotal moments in Evelyn Harrowgate's life. They saw Evelyn as a young woman, filled with dreams and aspirations, only to have her life shattered by betrayal and false accusations. The apparitions revealed the cruelty of her fate, the despair that consumed her, and the undying thirst for revenge that bound her spirit to the manor. Overwhelmed by the emotional intensity of the experience, Dr. Langley couldn't help but question his skepticism. The evidence before him was undeniable, and he found himself on the verge of believing in the supernatural. As the apparitions faded, the room fell silent once more, and Emily and Dr. Langley exchanged solemn glances. They now understood that the horrors of the manor went beyond mere superstitions. They were confronted with a tragedy that transcended time itself. Determined to free Evelyn's spirit and put an end to the manor's malevolence, Emily and Dr. Langley continued their investigation. They sought the guidance of local historians and uncovered forgotten records that shed light on the truth behind Evelyn's tragic end. The pieces of the puzzle slowly fell into place, revealing a web of lies, jealousy, and betrayal that had ensnared Evelyn in a deadly game of deceit. Driven by her quest for justice, Emily sought to break the curse that held the vengeful spirit captive. In their pursuit of a solution, Emily and Dr. Langley found themselves facing the wrath of the malevolent entity that guarded the manor. It toyed with their fears, manifesting their darkest memories and forcing them to confront their own inner demons. The second episode ends with Emily and Dr. Langley standing firm, united against the shadows that threatened to consume them. Armed with newfound knowledge and courage, they vowed to confront the unseen presence and put an end to the horrors that plagued the manor once and for all. Episode 3, Veil of Darkness. As the days turned into weeks, Emily and Dr. Langley delved deeper into the mysteries of the manor. Their determination to uncover the truth intensified, even as the malevolent entity fought back with increased ferocity. Late one stormy night, the duo stumbled upon an ancient tome hidden away in the manor's forgotten library. The weather seemed to mirror their discoveries, thunder rumbling ominously in the distance as they pored over the dusty pages. The tome revealed a chilling ritual that bound Evelyn's spirit to the manor, fueled by a web of dark energies. It became clear that breaking the curse was no simple task and required great sacrifice. Undeterred, Emily and Dr. Langley devised a plan to weaken the entity's hold on the manor. They gathered the necessary components for the ritual, including rare herbs and crystals known to possess spiritual properties. As the moon reached its peak in the sky, the duo assembled in the heart of the manor. Candles flickered, casting eerie shadows on the ancient walls, as they chanted the incantation with unwavering resolve. The ritual's power surged through the manor, causing the entity to lash out in anger. The ground trembled, and spectral figures materialized around them, each representing a dark moment from Evelyn's past. Emily and Dr. Langley faced their deepest fears and regrets, forced to confront their own ghosts in the process. It was a battle not just against the malevolent spirit, but also against the darkness within themselves. As the ritual reached its climax, Emily offered up a personal possession as a final act of sacrifice. The air crackled with energy, and a blinding light engulfed the chamber, banishing the malevolent presence from the manor. For a moment, there was silence. The storm outside subsided, and the weight of the manor's malevolence lifted. Emily and Dr. Langley felt a sense of relief, knowing they had succeeded in breaking the curse. As they made their way out of the manor, the sun began to rise, casting a warm glow over the once ominous grounds. The villagers of Ravenswood noticed the change too, feeling a newfound sense of peace in the air. Emily and Dr. Langley knew that their work was far from over. They had set Evelyn's spirit free, but there were still lingering questions about the manor's dark history. In the days that followed, the villagers slowly opened up about their own encounters with the supernatural. It seemed that the manor's malevolence had seeped into the very fabric of Ravenswood, leaving its mark on generations of inhabitants. Emily and Dr. Langley vowed to continue their investigations, seeking to unravel the secrets that still lingered in the village. As they embarked on their quest, they realized that their bond had grown stronger, forged in the crucible of the manor's horrors. The journey ahead would be fraught with challenges, but they knew that together, they had the strength to face whatever darkness lay ahead. As the first rays of sunlight bathed the manor in a golden glow, Emily and Dr. Langley looked back one last time, ready to confront the mysteries that lay hidden in the shadows. Episode 4: The Tangled Web. In the aftermath of their successful ritual, Emily and Dr. Langley delved deeper into the dark history of Ravenswood and the enigmatic Manor. The villagers, no longer bound by fear, shared their own encounters with the supernatural, providing crucial pieces to the puzzling tale. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Emily and Dr. Langley gathered the villagers around the bonfire. They listened intently as the older residents recounted stories passed down through generations, tales of vanished souls and spectral figures that roamed the woods. Among the stories was a chilling legend about a cursed amulet, believed to hold the power to control spirits. It was said that the amulet had been lost for centuries, hidden away by an ancient order sworn to protect its malevolent power. Driven by curiosity, Emily and Dr. Langley embarked on a quest to find the amulet. Guided by clues from the villagers' stories, they followed a path that led to an overgrown cemetery deep within the woods. Amidst the crumbling gravestones, they discovered a hidden chamber. As they cautiously entered, a sense of foreboding washed over them, and the air grew heavy with dark energies. In the heart of the chamber, they found a pedestal with a small, ornate box. As Emily reached out to touch it, the amulet revealed itself, glowing with an eerie, crimson light. The malevolent presence that once plagued the manor seemed to pulse within its cursed gem. Realizing the amulet's dangerous potential, Emily hesitated. But Dr. Langley, ever the skeptic, urged her to take it. He believed that possessing the amulet might give them an edge in their investigation, an opportunity to understand its dark powers. Little did they know that by unearthing the amulet, they had triggered a chain of events that would set a malevolent force into motion. The entity, no longer confined to the manor, spread its malevolence throughout the village, whispering dark temptations into the hearts of the vulnerable. As days passed, the once peaceful village began to experience a surge of unexplained occurrences. Shadows danced in alleyways, objects moved on their own, and villagers claimed to hear anguished cries in the dead of night. Emily and Dr. Langley realized their grave mistake and sought a way to neutralize the amulet's power. They delved into ancient texts and consulted with experts in the occult, hoping to find a solution. In a desperate attempt to contain the malevolent force, they conducted a counter-ritual aiming to separate the amulet's grip on the village. But their efforts were met with fierce resistance, as the entity fought to protect the source of its power. Emily and Dr. Langley faced their most formidable adversary yet, as they battled the malevolent force on two fronts: the haunted manor and the now cursed village. The entity's influence spread like a web, ensnaring unsuspecting souls and making escape seem impossible. As darkness encroached on every corner of Ravenswood, Emily and Dr. Langley mustered their courage and determination. They knew that their actions had unleashed this malevolence upon the village and were committed to setting things right. As the fourth episode reached its climax, Emily and Dr. Langley stood at a crossroads. Their bond was tested, and the shadows of doubt threatened to consume them. But they clung to the hope that redemption lay within their grasp, vowing to break the tangled web of darkness that entwined Ravenswood and its cursed manor. Episode 5: Embers of Redemption. As the malevolent force tightened its grip on Ravenswood, Emily and Dr. Langley realized the true extent of their adversary's power. The cursed amulet had unleashed a darkness that threatened to consume the village and all who dwelled within its boundaries. Haunted by the knowledge of their mistake, Emily and Dr. Langley searched tirelessly for a way to undo the damage they had inadvertently caused. Their bond grew stronger with each passing moment, their shared determination the only beacon of hope in the encroaching darkness. Guided by the wisdom of the village elders, they embarked on a perilous journey to find a legendary artifact known as the Heart of Dawn. According to ancient lore, the Heart of Dawn held the power to restore balance and cleanse malevolent energies. Their quest took them through treacherous forests, across desolate landscapes, and into the depths of ancient ruins. The malevolent force seemed to anticipate their every move, setting traps and conjuring illusions to deter them. Amidst the trials and tribulations, Emily and Dr. Langley faced their innermost fears and doubts, the darkness within themselves mirroring the external threats they encountered. Yet, they pressed on, their resolve unwavering. In the midst of their journey, they encountered individuals whose lives had been deeply affected by the malevolent force. Each encounter served as a reminder of the dire consequences of their actions, fueling their determination to make amends. With each step, the Heart of Dawn seemed closer, its ethereal glow beckoning them forward. Finally, they reached the heart of the ruins, where the artifact rested upon an ancient pedestal. As Emily and Dr. Langley approached, the malevolent force intensified, desperate to prevent them from attaining the Heart of Dawn. A fierce battle ensued, testing their strength, courage, and unity. Drawing upon their shared experiences and the bond they had forged, Emily and Dr. Langley tapped into a reservoir of resilience. They invoked the power of the Heart of Dawn, and its radiant energy enveloped them. In a brilliant burst of light, the malevolent force was shattered, its darkness dispelled. Emily and Dr. Langley had broken the curse and set Ravenswood free from the malevolent grip that had plagued it for generations. As the dawn broke over the village, a sense of peace and renewal washed over Ravenswood. The once cursed manor stood silent, its malevolence finally extinguished. The villagers rejoiced, grateful for Emily and Dr. Langley's bravery and selflessness. With their mission accomplished, Emily and Dr. Langley bid farewell to the villagers, knowing that their work was not yet done. They had learned that the darkness within the world could be countered by the light within themselves. As they walked away from the village, they carried with them the memories of their harrowing journey, the friendships they had forged, and the lessons learned in the face of darkness. They knew that no matter what lay ahead, they would face it together. And so, the tale of Shadows of the Manor came to a close, a story of redemption, bravery, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. The haunting mysteries of the manor were replaced with the warmth of hope and the promise of a brighter tomorrow.